play of the game from way down.
True, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bomb's going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bomb says Nico gonna find Rainer.
Welcome back, everybody. We've changed our clothes, so to speak. Got the new setup for Division B West. It's going to be Roll1Esports versus Phoenix Rising Onyx. Our teams are ready to go, so let's go ahead and showcase our map selection here, and then we'll do our quick standings. Right now, we've got the bans coming out from Roll1Esports were Alterac Pass in Volskaya Foundry. Phoenix Rising Onyx banned out Battlefield of Eternity and Dragonshire. And our first map of the game is going to be Infernal Shrines. That was picked by Phoenix Rising Onyx. Current standings for these teams, let me highlight these teams here for you. We've got Phoenix Rising Onyx currently sitting with 9 points there at number 4. We've got Roll1Esports sitting with 6 points at number 8. Now keep in mind too that, you know, these teams may have played a different number of games. I'm going to go ahead and actually pull it up here while we get things going. Let's see. Phoenix Rising Onyx has so far played 3. Roll1Esports has played 4. So there you go. And I will tell you about those results here in a few minutes, as the teams, once again, already set up and ready to go. So we're going to hop over here into the draft and find my pen. Shui, I didn't forget about you. She is currently ignoring me, but she'll come up here in just a moment. Gonna see bans onto Sylvanas, Maiev, and Anubrak and ETC. So very different setup here on what these teams want to deal with. It's gonna be Johanna Blaze immediately picked. Deathwing also picked up here by Roll1. So hey, come here, come here, come here. Okay, I know what you want. Gonna fry? I'm gonna tick off the other dogs. Kael'thas and Ariel. So we saw Ariel banned out in our last game here. Come on, come up. Gotta come up. Come here. She is just not doing it. Oh, Alpha's in the other room, but I'll get to her. Come on. All right, come on up. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Up we go. Ah, there we go. All right, co-caster time. Saying hello. All right, Lunara and Jaina. I'm just not going to do the pop-ups. There's no way I'm going to have this all done in time. Oh, you're not high enough. You're not high enough for camera. There we go, huh? So Kerrigan gonna be the ban here, and you know what? Actually, I like that because I think I remember seeing one of these teams playing Kerrigan on this map. Okay, you know what? Here. How about this? I'll go this way. You go that way. Is that better? Huh? You do the casting. How about that? It's gonna be that main tank Uther that we also saw banned out a lot in the last series, and Hanzo's perhaps, I guess not so in a way because Anna just now picked up here. You don't want to be up here anymore, do you? All right. I'll try to get you some more time later. We'll see how this goes. Come on. There you go. All right. Well, those are our drafts here between Roll1 and Phoenix Rising Onyx. Who do you think is going to win game number 1? New poll. Is it going to be Roll1Esports on the left here with the Deathwing, or is it going to be Phoenix Rising Onyx? Now, of note, Phoenix Rising Onyx doesn't have any percent damage. But what they do have is they've got a Blaze and an Ana who can basically make Deathwing do no damage by himself anyways. They don't have two healers, they have one healer and a tank. Come on. All right, over here to the left, it's Roll1Esports, Esports. It's gonna be Alberto playing the Oriole here. Velvet on the Deathwing, Rock Your World on Uther. Zad gonna be playing Hanzo, and Waniba on Kael'thas. And over here for Phoenix Rising Onyx, one of the many Phoenix Rising teams, but this one's the one in Div B West. We got Krenovast on the Blaze. Gonna be Ashe playing. All right, just gonna do this because I can't see that. Ashe is gonna be playing Ana. Kurama's gonna be playing Lunara. We got Goku on the Jaina and Sir Noble on Johanna. And since we got a pause, we're gonna go ahead. I mean, it doesn't matter. There's nothing to. What did I just do? How did I turn on the music? Oh, because I put us in draft. I was gonna say, what did I do wrong this time? Well, we'll take a look at talents here. Alpha. See if maybe we can get the other dog on stream for a little bit. There you go. All right, I have summoned K9. And I guess I'll go back to the other. So roll 1, 67% of the vote. You know what that means, everybody? That means that Phoenix Rising has got this game in the bag. Want to say hi to everybody? No, here. Oh, I think people might be ready. They are unanimously ready, they say, so we'll go ahead and get into the game. And I will open up the space here so that Alpha can come back for more attention later. Quick meet and greet in the middle, catching the Uther going into that bush. So I have my own expectations about what I expect to see out of Phoenix Rising here. It is a little easy. Yeah, Alice takes a lot of effort. Sir Noble getting burned by the Dragon's Breath there, but also spreading that living bomb onto Ana and Jaina. So those heroes finding themselves fairly low after just this first initial encounter. Aren't train mounts banned? They are. But you know what? If they don't say anything about it, then hashtag not my job. Although I suppose technically it is my job, but not in this capacity. Today I am just an observer. Oh, you guys pulling out the alphas. She's so cute. So Lunar's gonna get started on this camp already here, and has the vision of from her wisp over here to the left as well, and that's gonna give her that extra like vision radius, but also allows her to see over obstacles. Sorry, wrong time. The sentinel wisp there. So Uther's gonna get that taken out. She's gonna throw out another one. Al is not small enough for me to just lift up, and he doesn't stand up very well. Like Alice can actually stand up and put her paws on my shoulders and everything, but Al just kind of jumps up and punches people. So he'll get his time to shine. I have a thing in the works for that. So we've got the mid siege camps there being picked up by both teams. In the bot lane, it's going to be PRO. Wonder if that acronym was on purpose, because I think it was. Anyways, in the bot lane, picking up the bottom siege camp is pro. Map hacks everywhere. And now we've got Ashe coming over here Let's take a look at that build again. Ana going into the grenade build. We got level 4 talents for both teams here. We see the assist call, I'm assuming from our Roll1Esports team. Alpha fishies. That's perfect, Wedge. I think that's perfect. Alright, so Shaman Camp was picked up a little bit earlier for PRO than it will be for R1E. Al doesn't really just jump on me, like, and I wouldn't want to encourage him because he has a rather the knack for nut punches. Al punches me in the face all the time, not on purpose, but he does do it. So already here we've got PRO with over half of their shrine monkeys before Roll1Esports even gets a chance to get any here. Deathwing's coming down a little late to the party, but he's gonna make a grand entrance and huge body block here, keeping the Onyx team from getting out of the zone there. However, also falling very, very low, and Zad having to make the jump over the wall here. That's going to be the Arcane Punisher going over to Phoenix Rising. Now, I am kind of surprised because I expected that either Ana or Blaze would maybe look at that damage reduction talent, the ability damage from Ana, or the meltdown from Blaze. Although I guess it might be a little hard for Blaze to really have significant value out of meltdown. Maybe we'll see Flame Stream. Because I don't know. I feel like the Deathwing can provide, like, if they get the timing right, Deathwing is going to provide a lot more value than what Phoenix Rising can deal with. I think. I don't know. We'll see. At least for right now, the first Punisher went over to Phoenix Rising, but they also were there well in advance. So we'll see how things go with the second one. Go Pro, says A Fishy. It does. It does. I mentioned that earlier. So once again, keeping with the camps here, keeping them on the map. Pretty much as soon as they're available, both teams. Deathwing's coming in with that vision from Hanzo now, landing onto 3. Gets the healing grenade, although I think that was more for the rest of the team. Although Uther here is getting brought down pretty well. But Johanna says, I'm not letting you get away. Completes that subdue talent, and it's going to be Hanzo falling for the first blood of this game, 5 minutes and 45 seconds in. Johanna going back for more. She's got that subdue talent, so she's keeping everybody nice and slow. However, not quite enough, as our good friend Kael'thas will get the kill with that living bomb. Where is their love seat? Maybe they've got like a recliner, Wedge. And this could be a little bit of a chase here. Uther looking for Ana. But Uther doesn't have that long range potential to stop and slow people, so yeah. Not quite able to get there. So Krino's gonna come around behind the Deathwing. Not entirely sure of the intent of the jet propulsion there, considering that Deathwing has Unstoppable. But they did it. Both teams now working on pushing into their lanes. This slightly favors the pro team because they actually have the Punisher that's going to be spawning up here in the top. And we saw earlier they were able to get it down pretty quickly. I mean, they've got Jaina, they've got the Lunara, so I mean, they did take Nature's Calling, right? Yep. And then Splintered Spear. So they've got all that spread damage, especially going into that Uther. But of course, I mean, Oriel is going to be able to heal a lot of that damage up here. Both teams heading off to their Shaman camps with the level 10s. Blaze OP, but I think Brendan needs a bit of a buff. Who's Brendan? Is that Blaze? Is that Krino's name, Brendan? Are we doxing Brendan? Or is there something else with Brendan that I don't know about? But anyways, Shaman Camp's gonna meet in the lane here. Let's put those away. And again, Phoenix Rising already on the point. Deathwing coming down, drops those meteors in advance of his arrival. The damage going out onto Uther. He does get a big heal here. Blaze popping the bunker. Bunker, however, getting brought down pretty quickly, but Uther's still the one to fall. Now, take a look at the Uther's... Okay, Deathwing's gonna fall too, but take a look at the res option there for Uther. It was... What? How does that make any sense? That's not right. Anyways, Uther gets rezzed, pops the Divine Storm there into the team. It's gonna be the Dragon Strike. However, not hitting into the heroes, and that's all it actually damages. So Uther gonna fall next. Johanna trying to get onto Hanzo, but not quite there. So there you go. Oriole Uther proven to be once again even more OP, since Uther can just walk apparently wherever he wants to when he dies to get rezzed. Seems kind of silly to me, but aware that they're going to lose that top fort thanks to that Punisher. We've got Roll1Esports picking up their camp there in the mid lane. That'll get some pressure. Probably not get very far. It takes a while for that to actually get some significant push. And there's the jump onto Uther. Lunara getting the leaping strikes as well. That is so weird seeing this this strange resurrection location for Uther. Jump once again here, this time onto Hanzo, but he's not going to make it over that well. Johanna's going to get the kill. Cataclysm coming in is going to help to clear out the minions behind. But it's not going to matter. This is still going to be a keep. Maybe? Maybe? I mean, it dies, right? It has to die. It's got Lunara poison. There it goes. Just enough. Oh, man, Shui, that is awesome. That's so perfect. Al with the shades. I love it. Freaking love that. That's awesome. All right, well, we're seeing the danger pings here, presumably from the Phoenix Rising, as they do get the sleep dart onto Uther. Krino coming in, as well as Sir Noble. They've got the stuns and the lockdown going out onto Goku, though. Jaina's going to be the first to fall in this engagement. But the backline from Roll1 getting just demolished here. They're going to have to pull back as the Water Elemental's still on the table. It has no health if somebody just turned and attacked it. Deathwing now pulling back because he's only got about 20% of his health, as Uther's going to be the first to fall, make it Kael'thas the second. Lunara going for more, maybe trying to get that Deathwing. But ultimately, both Hanzo and Deathwing will make it out. Uther's going to get rezzed here. And that's a pretty strong choice. That they're just doing so much damage, and Lunara here getting some work done. Even with the Jaina dead, they just got so much out of that, which is surprising. I would have thought that the Oriole would have done more for that. Goku OP, even if that's true. That water elemental lasted for hours, it seemed like. With no health. It had like 20 health. Pretty sure that Oriole could have just like done an auto attack and killed it. Here comes the invade now from Phoenix Rising. The sleep dart missing, but it doesn't matter. Uther's still getting just demolished between Johanna's condemn and subdue, locking him into place, and then Lunara just saying, I'm gonna jump on your face. It's gonna give a double shaman camp in the top lane. That's gonna have to be addressed. We've got Deathwing down in the bottom here, working on the siege camp down here. So trying to get something going elsewhere on the map, get them some XP closer to 16. What do we have here? Ruination here for the Deathwing. So getting that extra slow when he bites a hero is, I mean, that's pretty intense. 60% slow for 1.5 seconds. You aren't going very far with that. The other thing though is that when he's in Worldbreaker, getting that cooldown reduction on his Earth Shatter is huge. I mean, that's a pretty significant stun potential, especially on this map. I've seen so much value with that ability on this map. But it looks like here we're gonna get the camp cleared out. So for, I think, the first time this game here, Roll1Esports might actually take the lead on the minions. And they do. So there we go. Johanna coming in, looking for this Uther. Once again, the jumps from Lunara onto Uther is going to get him taken out. They do have the resurrection, so that could still come in. Did we see a... No, we didn't see that. So there's the Uther coming back. Gets rooted by Jaina. The Dragon Strike going to zone out the team here. Krino taking a little bit of damage from that. 29 to 36, by the way. So just seemingly incidentally. Velvet very low on the Deathwing. However, that's a huge Divine Storm. Frozen Punisher now going over to Phoenix Rising. And it's going to be Jaina falling thanks to Kael'thas there. But still, I mean, this is a Frozen Punisher. It's going in with the support of a Khazra camp here. The jump onto the front side of the wall. And so that Punisher is going to get brought down pretty decently. The catapults there up in top will get cleared out by Ariel. And so overall, this Punisher is only really going to get that front wall. Maybe not even the bottom tower of those, even with the siege camp. Yep, it will survive just barely. But while Jaina is working on her resurrection here, we've got Phoenix Rising picking up the only available camp. Still a minute here on the left camp. We've got 30 seconds on the bot camp. Both of the top camps here, 40 seconds and then 1 minute. So we're just going to have a little bit of a lull while the teams focus on clearing lanes, gathering XP, and calling danger pings. Oh, Johanna showed, so they're going to have to pull back now. Deathwing is in that World Breaker form, so he's got that big zoning slow, but he also has that Earth Shatter that I mentioned earlier, that significant stun that's on a cooldown, or a reduced cooldown. That one right there. And Lunara looking for the Uther. Once again, Blessed Shield's going to come out. Jet Propulsion from Blaze. And you know, you don't have to worry about the big old dragon if you just kill everybody else around him. Dragon Strike going out, again, doesn't get a whole lot of value. The heroes were already past it. And it looks like we're going to see Ariel getting taken out as well. I think she does have her Resurrect. So once this team goes away... Yeah, there she goes. Popping right back up. No minions here just at the moment, but they've got Johanna. They can pop that Iron Skin, take some of those shots, and get working on this second keep of the game here for Phoenix Rising, and they're just about to get to level 20 as well. Deathwing's going to land and clear out these catapults in the top lane. I don't think I've shown talents in a little while. Get those posted for you guys. Level 20 is up now for Phoenix Rising. They're looking to close this game out here soon. They're up a level and a half. They've overall been able to kind of run over the Uther pretty consistently. And they've got absolutely no fear. They do have a little bit of a wave in this catapult. They've got another wave coming up here behind it, so they'll be able to continue to push in here. Deathwing trying to get level 20 as soon as he can. And it's going to be Jaina there getting the Divine Storm. She pops that Ice Block as well. Gets Gravity Lapsed in the fire. Uther once again, though, taking a lot of damage. Is going to have to pull back. Hanzo might not make it. Although there is a full hope bar there for Ariel. The Cataclysm coming in. The Living Bomb, I think, got the Ana. So she's out of the mix. That's a 2-for-0 trade, even with the level 20s here. As Lunara making her way hippity hopping on out, as Johanna trying to make use of that increased movement speed from her level 4 Condemned talent. We've got Top Shrine coming up here. This could be the opportunity for Roll1Esports to get their first Punisher of this game. Now, they still have pressure in both the mid and top lane. And they just got level 20. Phoenix Rising gonna go ahead and pick up some camps while they wait for their team to spawn. Looks like they're gonna head over and get, once again, the double shaman camp. But the clear up top is very quick here. Roll1 able to get this already to half, working on the second half of this, and they've got Hanzo, they've got Kael'thas. Heck, they've even got Oriel. She's got decent clear on those. And a little bit of a stack here in the mid lane. And Phoenix Rising is saying, yeah, we know you got the Punisher. We still have our forts up. We're going to send all of this pressure on the map so that at least one of your people has to go back. And you don't get the opportunity to push with this. And that's exactly what's going to happen. They should be able to move up here now, clear this up. Maybe they lose a fort. There's really no risk to them at this point. They probably don't even lose the fort. So that was, again, that was really good on Phoenix Rising to recognize, you know, they had limited value potential. There was no way for them really to get in there and get any value out of the shrine. So they just literally took every map on the, every camp on the map. There you go. And speaking of every camp, bot lane with a catapult, getting close to their keep. Let's actually check in. Who is Hanzo missing on this? Hanzo is missing Ana, so he needs one more shot onto Ana to be able to get that burst of value out of his level 1 target practice. And with the team rotating up, Phoenix Rising making their way, coming in looking for this bottom keep. Deathwing's up in the top. He's probably about to try to fly up. Yeah, he goes flying, so he's got a few seconds before he can come back down. And that's going to give a 5v4 fight here as Divine Storm used. A lot of damage coming from that Dragon Strike coming out onto Goku. Jaina having to pull back, used the Ice Block already, as getting the Dragon landing on her face. Cataclysm used here. Krino doesn't really have a lot of a disengage opportunity, as Deathwing trying to stall him out with his massive body there. But ultimately, Krino's able to get out, and once again, we're gonna see Roll1Esports has to pull back because they've got this massive pressure mounting now in 2 lanes, and that would end the game. Let's take a look at those 20s here. Did we get Arrival of the God? No, we get Stood in the Fire. Going along with this level 10, so every time they kill a fort or a keep, it resets the Cataclysm. They haven't done that yet, though. So the level 20 gives that additional slow and additional damage. I'm sorry, duration, rather. Stun going out. Is not able to hit anybody. Now, Deathwing sitting here under half, now getting close to a quarter. As Dragon Strike goes out, they get the stun from Jet Propulsion. Rock Your World is falling extremely low, is going to fall, as well as Hanzo. And I think we saw the redemption earlier, so I don't think that I don't think Uther can come back from this. I think he's gonna have to be rezzed for this one. I have no idea where Uther's actual body is. I guess it's up here. And they're chasing down Ariel. I think she was looking to maybe try to res the Hanzo But she's going to get slowed and rooted here. Johanna's coming in with the condemn, with the subdue, and that's going to be now the third kill. And while Oriole can res herself, it's not going to matter. Because it's just Kael'thas and Deathwing at this point. Here she comes. Deathwing's going to fall to Ana, no less. They get that kill. And that's going to be game number 1 going over to Phoenix Rising Onyx. Yeah, right. Hey, Fishy, like, sometimes you just gotta remind people, hey, let's go to the core. Maybe we can win this video game. All right, so I don't recall what the actual poll results were. Let me take a look here. So that one... poll said Roll1Esports chat is hot tonight, coming in at a big fat 0% so far tonight on the predictions. It's okay, we still love you guys. Show off some talents. So I was actually kind of surprised that we didn't see any like damage reduction here from Ana. We didn't see it here from Blaze. Like, they just didn't care. They basically just said, you know what, we're gonna let Jaina and Lunara do everything, and we're gonna let Johanna slow everybody down, get that level 7 completed quest. And just play our game, and they did, and it was super strong. Yeah, and that's, you know, kind of an awkward circumstance, right? Because the damage coming out from Phoenix Rising was so far back. I mean, Lunara, Jaina, the Deathwing couldn't really effectively get in there, but also was having difficulty with using the World Breaker for the zoning damage, the Earth Shatter stuns, like all that stuff just wasn't really clicking for them on the Deathwing. So, hey, do you want to come back over here? Huh? You want to come here? Really? You resign yourself to the chair for now, huh? Okay. Alrighty, well. Did you get my pen? Hey, what are you doing? Did you knock the pen off? I bet that's what happened. You knocked the pen off, didn't you? I agree. Do you want to come back up? You want to come up? Alright, Shui, this is for you, buddy. Come here. Come on. Come on. Alright, okay. Oh, we got ourselves a lobby. Come here. No, come here. Ready? Ready? Up we go. I got you. Here we go. Ah! All right. Oh, everybody's here. This is a better screen. You can see a little bit more of the doggo. Just not gonna take any more notes. I don't know where my pen went. You don't look too happy about this, Alice. Hey, can you look over here? What if I give you a fry? Then will you look over here? Oh, look over here. There you go. All right. Shui getting his points worth, I guess you could say. Getting Alice up on the stream. Ready. You are. All right, just letting the teams know that we're ready. 6 games, 6 map picks. Yeah, you know what? That's fair, that's fair. Oh, we're going to Sky Temple, by the way, folks. And this was the selection of Phoenix Rising. Hey, can you move? Cool, thanks. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about the results from these teams. So let me pull that up here. So I showed you the... Oh, nice, big mouth. I showed you the standings here. So Phoenix Rising Onyx, 9 points. Roll1Esports, 6 points. Keeping in mind, of course, that they do have one team that was withdrawn. So who have they played and how have they fared? So Roll1Esports has played so far. They played Lurk Patrol. They lost to Lurk Patrol 0-2. They've played Feigned Competence, who they defeated 2-0. And then they played You Are Not Alone, and they lost 0-2. So they are... overall, they've won 1, lost 2, if you don't count that withdrawn game. And then Phoenix Rising over here, they have played against Team Training Wheels. They defeated them 2-0. And they played against Spooky Ghosts and defeated them 2-0. So that's where we are so far in this season. And we've got ourselves a draft, so let's go ahead and get into that. Let's see. All right, you're ready to get down, aren't you? Oh, you want another fry. I see what's going on here. Huh? Go ahead. All right, can we get you down? Huh? Let's get down. There you go. Good girl. She's like, but wait, there are fries up there. I definitely had a pen. Oh, there's a pen. Alright, so at least so far we're sticking with the same bands. I don't recall who the third band was for Roll1Esports because there was a lot going on. It was going very quickly. So if anybody happens to remember who that was, I would be happy to write it down. We're going to see the ban onto Lunara, and I think that's a really good ban because Lunara did a lot of work to them. Alright, so last time we saw Johanna Blaze insta-locked at the beginning. This time it's going to be Garrosh Blazed. And we're going to see the response with Kael'thas and Falstad. Kael'thas, we saw the Deathwing. Stukov going to be the third and final ban here for Phoenix Rising. Maiev, yeah, that could be it. That sounds familiar. See, Uther, Kael'thas, Deathwing, they had Oriole and Hanzo. Okay. Notes updated. Jaina going to be the third and final ban, so they want to make them play completely different damage, and it's going to be Tyrande Li Ming. These guys are hot to trot, ready to go with their picks. They know exactly what they want. Ash instead of Taylor. Goku? Goku. Okay. Please turn on Li Ming. Gosh, got it. Last picks, we're going to see the Malthael looking for those last rites. Although we might not see a last rites, as this is a... Oh, it was Kerrigan. It was definitely Kerrigan. Not Maiev, Kerrigan. All right, well, there you go. There's your full draft. So who do you think wins game number 2 at this point? Who wins game number 2? Ah, they just switched people too. Good thing I wasn't typing that in. Let's see. Is it going to be Roll1? Or is it going to be Phoenix Rising? Vote in chat up at the top right. Just click the drop down. Select which team you think is going to win. And I don't think I'm going to have enough time to type these all in. Oniba is Kale. Bad. Falstad. Velvet is Malthael. And their last one... All right, one more Alberto. There we go. All right, on the left, we've got Roll1Esports. It's going to be Onyx playing Kael'thas, Velvet on the Malthael, Zad on the Falstad, Alberto on the Lucio, and Rock Your World on Johanna. And for Phoenix Rising Onyx, we've got Krinavast on the Blaze. Once again, Karama on the Li Ming, Ash playing Tyrande, Sir Noble on Garrosh, and Goku playing the Kerrigan. And right out of the gate, Roll1 says, yeah, you know, we don't want to play a Kerrigan Garrosh fight for vision. Not yet. This is not our hill to die on. There's the throw here onto Malthael. He does have that Wraith Strike, I think is what it's called. Yes, it is. So he's able to zip a right on out. Probably the more... Like, if you're going to get anybody thrown, if it's not Johanna, because she wouldn't have her Iron Skin if she got thrown. Most likely, anyways. And then at least, you know, Malthael's able to zip right on out of there if he does get caught. So probably the best person to get thrown if that happens. Kerrigan's going to get started right away on this bottom siege camp here, so expect to see that coming out soon. We also have Leoric. I'm sorry, not Leoric. We've got Falstad going into the Bribe build. Phoenix Rising receiving 80% of the votes. Could this be the end of chat's 100% miss rate on the chat? Or could it be Phoenix Rising taking us to yet another Game 3? I'm sorry, could it be Roll1 taking us to a Game 3? Whoever. You know, team names and stuff. I was a third-man Rainer and said, no Rainer this time. Both siege camps picked up, but that's going to give now Kerrigan and Tyrande here. Now, they did kind of show their hand. If anybody was watching, anyways. So we may see... We may not see. Never mind. I was going to say, we might see either a rotation into this. This is taking a really long time for them. Or we could see Roll1 heading to their Bruiser camp. Because ideally, for Phoenix Rising, I mean, getting this camp so early is going to give them the opportunity to push down this wall in the top lane. And if they get that, the altar secures, the temple rather, secures the fort. But with the temple coming up, we've got Roll1 making their way to their siege camp, or their Bruiser camp as well. And Johanna just hanging out in the bot lane, gathering that soak, doing that strong thing. Making sure that Johanna's team stays just ahead in the XP. I'm not insulting. I'm merely pointing out that chat so far, as yet, has been 100% wrong. The Kerrigan there getting the combo onto two, Kael'thas and Malthael. Not the ideal targets if you're... well, really, you don't want anybody getting caught by that combo, but if Kael'thas gets caught by that, he gets chunked pretty hard with that. Condemn coming in, Sir Noble on fire. Does have that Alloon's Chosen to keep him alive there. And once again, it's going to be Malthael getting thrown in, but Goku's the one falling low here. Kerrigan surviving for just another moment, but will fall. And that's going to be first blood going over to Roll1Esports. And I suppose that I shouldn't say chat has been 100% wrong, because some people voted the other direction. So the overall the majority has been wrong in each of the prior game scenarios. But if we only go based on the first kill of the game, then Roll1's got this one in the bag. We can go ahead and just move on to the next game. So again, that temple in the top here didn't quite get the full fort here. In fact, it got very little damage onto the fort because of the fact that the wall was still up. So it took all those shots, as we see here as well. But they're still able to get it because they just walk in. They had a full wave, and there wasn't enough of a response coming out from Phoenix Rising. And this already, like, this looks like a very different team. Phoenix Rising in the first game was on top of everything. They were everywhere they needed to be. But it feels like so far, Roll1 has had the overall slightly better hand on the map in this game. Now, we'll see if that's just a temporary feeling, if level 10s make a big change into that. But right now, Roll1 is looking pretty healthy here. And Garrosh, looking at that Johanna, realizes that she still has that iron skin, so instead of throwing her back, he's going to throw her forward out of the team. Goku, once again here, is going to get hit by the Condemn, pulled in. And it looks like Kerrigan did use that combo, but I don't think I think it actually got interrupted. That's now the second kill of the game. Also the second kill onto Kerrigan. And level 10 is now available here for Roll1Esports. The boss is on the map. We're going to see Falstad heading out. These death timers are very low, so boss plays at this stage of the game have to be, you know, a full commitment of 5 on your team. Have to get there quickly. Also, you have to have pretty decent damage. They don't really have a ton of that. So it is going to be the Tormented Souls. I kind of figured, considering the bunker potential. We could have even seen, you know, Kerrigan gone into Chrysalis to dodge it. But mostly the bunker. And we saw bunker in game 1 too, so it was very likely they were going to take bunker anyway. It wasn't even a question that Malthael had to sit there and go, yeah, I don't know if they'll take it. It's just, it is. Malthael rotating down is a little bit behind, so going to have a little bit of a flank onto the team here as level 10's available for both teams. Malthael fully in behind here. And bunker dropped, is now down here. Sir Noble very low. The Tormented Souls coming out, getting a lot of value onto Garrosh, but ultimately Tronda able to keep him alive. Goku now very low as well, but the stun's gonna land, and that's gonna be a dead Malthael. Could also be a dead Johanna. But we may see Li Ming falling here. Passing that living bomb, and that, you know, that is an example here of the value of Kael'thas, right? Like, Kael'thas doesn't have to do the highest damage in the game. He can do enough damage that causes, and the positioning of his living bombs can cause your team to be disrupted. They have to make a choice. Are they going to accept the damage that living bomb can do, or are they going to accept that they now need to spread apart, which could lead to their deaths potentially, depending on your team's comp? Like if you have an Oriole and you're trying to get healing, for example, or if you have to spread apart and now somebody gets isolated. So getting that kill from the leftovers of that living bomb from Kael'thas, very high value. Now the stun onto the raw stun onto the Falstad there, nearly securing a death. And definitely seeing a lot more life here out of Phoenix Rising. Both teams now on the board with some kills, 3-2. As the Lunar Flare once again landing, but having that unstoppable from Malthael, able to keep him from getting stunned. And the lane's getting cleared here. Blaze gonna head back. I don't think they know that, though, so we do get this taunt. Iron Skin was used, so no taunt onto Johanna, just the Malthael. Blessed Shield going out. Here comes Tormented Souls, and Sound Barrier used by the Lucio there. They're going to get the kill onto Kerrigan, looking for more, but Blaze comes in from behind with the jet propulsion. Lucio going in, diving under that tower. It's going to be Malthael, however, following on the backside there. So 1 for 1, level 14 here for Roll1Esports. So they are a full level ahead. And a talent tier as well for another couple of seconds. And there you go. So level 13 is now available. Full Calamity build here for Li Ming, going old school, wanting to teleport right up into your face, and why not? Some very low health heroes on the side of Roll1. And again, getting some of this damage. Both teams have the top lane down and some damage in bot lane. Really just the wall down here and one tower in mid lane for in favor of Roll1. But now the temples are spawning. They're all set up, ready to go. And Roll1 looks like they want to fight. But ultimately, not really a lot of fighting going on. Blaze is going to head up, and we're just going to see a trade out here of the bot lane and mid lane. So ultimately, this is a little bit more value here for Roll1, as they're going to be able to get this bottom fort. And now the bruiser's going to be, so this is an interesting play. So they're going to get this bruiser, maybe not. They're just going to soak lanes. Cool, never mind. And Roll1's going to do the same. They're leaving Johanna on the point to gather this. So both teams ultimately getting that bottom lane thanks to the temples. I think this is enough to take, yeah, okay, to take the mid as well. So both teams ultimately clearing up the forts. So remaining pretty even, although Roll1 has a little bit less health in their mid lane because of the temple. So the bruiser camp picked up, and I think this is pretty solid here for Phoenix Rising, because that bruiser camp ends up needing to be dealt with. And if we're gonna see the Blessed Shield, they're coming in looking for this Tyrande. They do get the subdue, the taunt going out from Garrosh here. Falstad looking for a gust, maybe gets thrown away, doesn't quite get that gust. The condemn interrupting the jet propulsion though, and Garrosh is going to fall. Once again, Kael Thos getting that kind of leftover damage, I think, from Phoenix this time. And they're going to go ahead and pick up this siege camp. With Garrosh dead and they have a Falstad fly, or a gust, I'm somewhat surprised that they're not actually just killing the boss. But instead they're going to support the siege camp. Garrosh coming back in 10 seconds. And that would be why, because there's the bruiser camp that Malthael went to clear. And that actually surprised me too. I wonder, like, does Falstad not have fly? No, he doesn't. Okay. That's right, he flew in trying to get that gust on the team as they were close to their wall. So next temple is going to be in bot lane. What do we have damage-wise? So the wall's down, a little bit of damage on the towers, and no damage. So not likely to get a keep, but certainly enough to get some significant damage and enough to take it down with any kind of deaths related to the fighting there. And much like we saw earlier here from Roll1, Phoenix Rising going to head up, clear up that top lane, and then they'll head down. But we've got Falstad and Malthael here hanging out in these bushes looking for the rotations. Vision coming out from Tyrande, able to scout out the Falstad there, or I'm sorry, the Malthael in the bush. Jet Propulsion missing the Malthel as he pops that unstoppable to get away. And everybody's coming down now. We see the assist pings here. Gonna go ahead and drop these talents here. And Roll1 pulls off the point. The taunt going out onto 2. Li Ming drops that big orb. Tormented Souls coming out, and Goku just getting shredded there. Is gonna pop that Chrysalis. Gets about half health, but it's gonna be a kill from Kael'thas there. Make it a double kill as Tyrande is also gonna fall. Johanna helping to secure that one, and Falstad not done. Wants this Li Ming. Is gonna get it. Used the gust there as well. Ultimately unnecessary, but that's now going to give the boss over here to Roll1Esports. And I'm pretty sure that this temple actually finishes the bottom keep. So once they're done with this, they can zip over there. Falstad can zip down there, finish off that temple, and I guess they'll just finish it on the way. I mean, they can finish it probably before the boss gets there anyway. Ah, there you go. Lucio's heading back. Stop dying. All right, there goes the bottom keep. Level 20 is now available here for Roll1Esports as well. So they are looking for this boss and looking to end this game. So Johanna going blinded by the light, getting those extra shields, sound barrier upgraded as well. Bossa Nova, I believe, is the name of that. So he can hit that all the time. We're going to see that condemn and the just deletion of Kerrigan there. Big taunt coming out. But Sir Noble is getting very low there. Had to get into the bunker, but Jet Propulsion used to get Blaze out of there. And the wind tunnel coming in, keeping Garrosh locked down under the core. And chat, folks, you've done it again. Like clockwork, chat coming in, calling the losing team in this case. So 11 kills to 3. Again, that, you know, I said it kind of at the beginning there. It felt like overall Roll1 really had the advantage in that, and that they kept it throughout that game. Fishy wanted to go to bed. There you go, guys. The Fishy wanted to go to bed, and you just ruined it. How dare you? Alrighty. Gonna go ahead and do a quick break here. I just need to grab a quick sip of the beverage. Get things whistled at the wet. Saying things all backwards. On purpose. To be fair. But gonna go ahead and take just a quick 2-minute break as we get the team set up. I imagine it won't take very long as we get set up for game number 3 tonight. Second game 3 of the night, no less. So, a lot of craziness going on tonight. But we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, as we've got a third game coming up.
When I was young, I lived a life of recklessness. In my selfishness, I inflicted pain and hurt those I cared for. I have learned many lessons in my struggles with doubt and fear. Balance and harmony are not easily attained. They must be fought for! But on my journey, I have learned another lesson. You do not have to fight alone.
Let's do this!
Alrighty, and welcome back everybody to the Nexus Gaming Series. We're going into our third game in this best of 3 series between Roll1Esports and Phoenix Rising Onyx. A Division Division B West matchup. Alright, hold on. Sorry, I hate to do this on stream. But it needed to be done if I was going to actually talk. So I got something today I wanted to share with you guys since we're waiting on this draft to get set up here. A friend of mine for the holidays brought me back from Canada some Arrow minis. Now this is not where my Arrow moniker came from. The teams need a quick bio break anyway, so we'll just talk about this for a second. So if you're not familiar, Arrow is a chocolate bar in Canada. It's a very... First of all, it's very tasty. And it's a little... It's almost fluffy, maybe? Yeah, I know, Silver. So... Actually, I'll show you the picture again here. So, you can see here, like... It's not in very good view, but when you open it up, like... You can see they're like these air pockets, so they're really fluffy. Thanks for the bits, Silvar. I appreciate it. Okay, these are a little bit different, but you might be able to see. Does it zoom in? Come on. All right. Well, each of those little black dots is basically a hole. They're really carbonated chocolate. That's a great way to put it. So they're absolutely fantastic. You can get them in the States sometime. I don't know if you can get these in the States. These specifically came from Canada. But you can get the chocolate bars in the States depending on where you are. And they're basically in like the foreign foods section because of course they're Canadian. But they're really good. Like if you've never had one, you should try one out. I actually got my name from the Final Fantasy series. Arrow is a wind-based spell, and when I first created my warrior in World of Warcraft, she was going to be a blade-storming fiend, so she was essentially a whirlwind of death, and that's why I created the name. Turns out she's a tank, so there you go. But enough about me, we're going to draft. I should probably write down who they played last game. Gonna see the Kalthos band finally coming out. That was 2 games in a row. Not a big surprise, as we're gonna see Tomb of the Spider Queen. And Tomb of the Spider Queen, very small map. And Living Bomb can spread very easily here. This is the first map pick of Roll1Esports tonight, as Phoenix Rising electing for first pick. Good point, Recyclic. That is close, yes. Sticking with the Anubarak band, though. So ETC will be left on the table. Kind of makes me wonder if maybe Phoenix Rising might look to take the ETC. Sylv, Lunara, Jaina were the band's last game. We're going to stick with that Sylvanas. I think that's a good band. And there you go. Interestingly enough, Deathwing left on the table. We did see Deathwing the first game. It didn't quite work out as Roll1 would have liked. But that doesn't mean that it couldn't make its way back. We could see it on either team still. It's going to be Garrosh the first pick. Jaina coming in. So they don't want to be able to have their Garrosh slowed. They want to have that Jaina doing the work for them. It's going to be Gul'dan and Lunara, so lots of dot damage. And Lunara did a ton of work in game number 1 against the Deathwing especially. I kind of wonder if we'll see a Malthael ban. Malthael's been in the other 2 games so far. Right? Didn't he? No, he hasn't. Never mind. No, they're going to ban the Oriel. That makes a lot of sense. I like the Oriel ban. Makes a lot of sense. Stukov going to be the 3rd and final ban. Sticking with their game number 2 bans. So we got Garrosh, we got Jaina. Do we see maybe the Malfurion? Malfurion would be difficult. We could see the Lucio. Probably Lucio, I think. And you know what? There's your Raynor. Somebody was asking about Raynor. So there you go. And they go back into the Blaze all 3 games. And it's going to be Anduin coming in for Ashe. All right, our final pick going to be the Thrall. All right, hopefully they don't switch anybody while I type these in, because that would be annoying. Oops. Guys, it's getting late. I'm kind of tired. I might be almost as tired as a fishy. All right, well, let's get this poll posted quickly before the game starts. Game number 3. Who wins this? All right, poll is posted. Can chat keep up with their 0% success rate tonight? I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. On the left, we've got Roll1Esports looking to complete the reverse sweep. We've got Zad playing the Raynor, Alberto on Lucio, Velvet going to be playing that Thrall, Rock Your World on the Garrosh, and Waniba playing Jaina. Oh, they're talking about the train mount. I can't even tell them. This is literally the 3rd game in a row they've had a train mount, and this is the first time anybody said anything about it. Who is it that had the... Oh, I'm zooming all kinds of in and out. Let's see. R1 Rock. I can't even message him. Well. Yawn. I can't talk to him, guys. I would love to tell them. Let me put in the... I'll just put it in chat. At Roll1 and at Onyx. right, over here to the right, we've got Phoenix Rising Onyx. It's going to be Goku on the Gul'dan. We've got Kurama on Lunara. Chernobyl playing ETC. Krenovast on Blaze and Ash on the Anduin. R1E Rock. That would be what? I don't know that I actually could have done it anyways, but... Alright, chat. Very slightly in favor of Phoenix Rising Onyx. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So there you go, jet propulsion coming in, and that's what they want. They want these big stuns so that they can land the corruptions and the nature's. All right, I don't remember the name of her talent, her ability. Let's take a look. And we're gonna see the power slide in, rock your world, falling very low there. Nature's toxin. There we go. And he is just barely gonna make it out. Oh man. Crippling spores used there by Lunara was almost enough, but his Garrosh's rather armor able to increase over time, keep him just barely alive. The train mount is banned because there are bugged interactions where heroes like Alexstrasza and Tassadar can do things otherwise unintended. The character size, I don't actually think it changes character sizes. It's the fact that they can do things on the mount, like Alexstrasza Dragon form can ride a train, and it should not be able to ride a mount speed thing. So yeah, fun times, fun times. Well, Thrall versus Blaze in the bot lane here. I don't know if he has any indication that Kurama's down here, but certainly things are happening. And Gul'dan, let's check in on these stacks here. So 9 so far for Gul'dan on Echoed Corruption. Progrock sitting at 6 and New Habits at 4. So looking for those globes, but also as Jaina for that Fingers of Frost, her level 1 talent there. And 10 stacks so far on Echo of the Elements for Thrall. Quality QA, Blizz. Yeah, you hate to see it. Yeah, there were a few glitches with the patch that they had this most recent patch. So there you go. 23 gems turned in so far for Phoenix Rising Onyx on their way to getting the first Web Weavers. Indomitable used there by Garrosh, throwing ETC at the wall, but not quite able to get him over the wall. Once again, Garrosh here falling very low, but able to make full use of that armor and the healing well to keep himself up. I've actually heard that there are other bugs related to it that allow for some extremely unacceptable circumstances to happen. I don't know if it's just the simple act of mounting it or not, or if there's more to it, but some absolutely just bonkers things can happen with the train, so. But again, as long as nobody's abusing it, then whatever. We're not gonna kick and scream and make them remake because of a train mount here. Both bruiser camps coming up, meeting here, but it's gonna be Gul'dan and Lunara just taking out the Roll1 bruiser camp very quickly. Yeah, no doubt, Recyclic, right? Like, just this guy increasing his fortitude save as he gets lower in health. What's up with that? It is going to be the red team picking up the first Web Weavers. Indomitable used, so the root not going to land. The body blocks coming out from Chernobyl onto ETC there, from ETC onto Garrosh. But ultimately Garrosh able to make it out. Kind of bonkers. I don't know. I don't even remember. All kinds of bonkers. Is that what I said? Probably what I said. So jet propulsion looking for the Thrall, not quite able to get him. So bot lane does look like it's gonna mount up here and probably get a pretty decent amount of value. We got mid lane going as well, but once again Garrosh falling pretty low here from the damage over time effects coming from Phoenix Rising Onyx. Web Weaver sitting about 30%, well, falling fairly quickly here as Raynor getting a lot of damage onto it, but now has to pull back. Has almost no health and doesn't have a adrenaline rush there to keep him up. So that's going to be the top fort going down. Mid fort also probably going down here pretty soon. Definitely with everybody rotating in. So bot lane getting the full wall, but that's all that it's able to access. But I mean, on a first Web Weaver push, getting 2 forts down is astronomical. I don't know that I check this out, guys. Look at this banner on the fort. I don't think I've ever noticed that there's an eye that's moving around. Like, I've seen that banner. I don't know that I've ever noticed that there's an eye floating around in it, just zipping around. Is there one up here? No, just a regular horde. Siege camp up, and this is a full rotation in, so ETC's gonna get the power slide on to rock your world. He's gonna throw out the groundbreaker, but he can't get by. And that's 26 gems that Garrosh just dropped. One of them was picked up by Lucio, but it's he just traded 1 for 8 more going on the ground. Raynor getting brought low, but is able to use the healing well. Blaze had to go back as he took a fair bit of damage and all that, but level 10's coming out. ETC going in for the stage dive, gonna have the light bomb and power slide, and good night, Raynor. I was gonna mention that ability right when he decided to cast it, so it really didn't have to be said because it was already being said. We did see more leaping strikes there from Lunara there. Garrosh looking to get the chain stun there onto ETC, but instead he's gonna fall himself. Yeah, those body blocks were really fantastic, keeping Garrosh locked in that that bottom hallway, whatever. And level 10 is now available here for Roll1 as well. So both teams sitting on the same talent tier have their heroics, but right now all of the map pressure is in favor of Phoenix Rising, and they're gonna get their Web Weavers turned in to keep the pressure going. Taking stage dive despite us, no doubt, right? Like, stage dive, that's not even a talent in this game. I don't understand where that even comes from. I've never seen that. Here comes a Web Weaver right into the top lane. The fort wall, or I'm sorry, the keep wall already down. 1 tower down, 2nd tower about to fall as she's summoning in her little Web Weaver minions. What are these called? They're literally called spiders. Huh, okay. I had no idea. ETC's going in. There's no mosh pit, but he's got a light bomb. Gets thrown, actually has the light bomb go off into 3 because of that. And Lunara is gonna push back the Garrosh here. That, I think this is a keep at this point, as the water elemental is gonna get taken out as well. And Thrall right in the middle, but the ETC leap of faith just not quite in time. So maybe they actually save the keep. Nah, never mind. They want to go back in. They've got Blaze. They got a tank. Is it enough? That flame is going to be enough, and that is first keep of the game. And by the way, there's still 2 other Web Weavers that got the mid wall, bottom wall, and now the well at the keep here. So holy cow. What Recycle? What did you want me to stop? Oh no. Hippity hop Lunara, just zipping all over the place with that level 10 leaping strike. All right, so Roll1Esports trying to get that 43 gems turned in, almost has enough by herself, but Thrall taking all the echoed corruption. And speaking of echoed corruption, sitting at 30 stacks out of the 40 necessary. I want them to core now, says Officiy. Officiy wants to go to sleep, guys. Both teams just go to core. See what happens. Stage dive is best. Stage dive doesn't exist. Now, if he takes crowd surfer, that's more fun. I just like seeing the massive AoE of that circle. So this is a little sketch being on same talent tiers, but there's so much elsewhere on the map going on that they just, I mean, they don't care. They feel like this is strong enough for them to go into. And right now the boss is still there. The light bomb's going to come out, ultimately able to secure the boss, and that's going to be the dead Garrosh here. So just enough time to kind of bait the Garrosh into them. Zad now getting real low. Sound barrier is going to be used to keep Raynor alive. The penetrating round keeping Lunara pushed back. And, oh, the stage dive onto Raynor once again, and now with Lunara, that's going to be the kill. Officiy, I think you're going to get your wish here. It's looking very much like with this boss, we're going to see the rotation coming in from Phoenix Rising Onyx. Garrosh is available now, so Raynor's going to be up here in a while. The rotation is into the core here, so Blaze is going to get the leap of faith, and it looks like at least some of the heroes are going to pull back. Lunara going to get Thrall pushed so far back, he's got to go back to the graveyard here to heal up. This boss still has a decent amount of health, and it's just doing everything to this core. The dot damage between Goku and Lunara ultimately going to help secure the kill onto that core. Hey, chat, you guys got one right. I'm so excited for you guys. There you go. All right, let's see if we can get a quick interview with Phoenix Rising Onyx. Who's captain over there? Goku. My psychic says Officiy. Maybe. Could be.
Hi.
Hello there.
They were yelling at me because they didn't want me to do the interview because I leaked strats. Leak strats, I guess.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, I will do my best to not ask you questions that are too directly related to strats. How about that?
That could work.
All right. Well, hey, listen, congratulations on your victory, 2-1 over Roll1Esports. So, you know, you guys had quite an interesting set here. And by the way, I do want to say thank you to you guys as well as to Roll1 for being a little patient there at the beginning. We had a little bit of a snag in weather that caused our first round to get a little delayed, so I appreciate you guys being a little patient there. So, all right, so let's talk about game one. This is going to get a little bit into strategy, but it's not. I mean, you guys have already played it, so I just want to get some of the.
Go for it.
Yeah, I just want to ask. Game one, you know, nobody bans Deathwing. Deathwing comes out. You guys are like, what counters Deathwing? Who cares?
Yeah, so we figured something that we've been doing a lot is we've been running into Stormlink Deathwings and whatnot. Percentage damage isn't it, man? Like, consistent damage is probably sustained damage, just the play. And Jaina Lunara, it just does it. Plus,
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little surprised. I was like, yeah, okay, so we'll see some, you know, maybe we'll see some damage reduction talents out of Ana or Blaze. No, none of that either. Just did not care. Like yeah, basically, Deathwing didn't exist in this game, and ultimately, I mean, like you said, the sustained damage caused him to have to play a lot more reserved and kind of more of a mage Deathwing than the frontliney one that you see very often.
Yeah.
So, I'll come back to that. Okay, so then we also saw the ban of Kerrigan against you guys.
Yes, you did.
Which then was let through game 2, and
Got shit on.
did not go according to plan.
Yeah. So we were trying, like in game 2, we were trying to comp with like in Kerrigan Li Ming. We've ran that before on different maps. More likely on like I can't say that or else they'll get mad at me. But
Of course, yeah.
run it. We've run it on different comps, usually smaller maps, but the Taranda, like when I came up with, when I was drafting there, I was staring at it out. It was pointed out afterwards by Ash. She's like, "This is not the pick," and it wasn't. And we're at that point, gotta play with the cards, play with the
Sure,
hand.
yeah. I've been in that circumstance on a Tomb of the Spider Queen game where we legitimately accidentally picked a butcher as like our 4th pick, and the only thing left was like a healer or something like that, and we're just like, well, okay, I guess we just lose. So picking the wrong hero sometimes does feel bad, but like you said, you make the best of it, and so that was a really strong showing from them in that game to kind of make that work for them. But then in Tomb of the Spider Queen, like, you guys just put the pedal to the metal, and you just said, we're going to take this over. This was the first map that was selected by Roll1 in this case. Yes. You guys were the first pick. So let's see, what can I ask you that's not draft? Oh, that's true. Somebody actually brought that up. That's true. Yeah, so there you go. See, clearly you guys are doing it wrong. You should be doing first pick every time.
Usually we're not the ones choosing.
Fair enough. Let's see. Ask about the Blaze being 100% win rate so far, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not anymore. It's until game 2 it was. No, we've played Blaze a lot. We enjoy him. He's cool. He's chill.
Yeah, I've played him a couple times as well, and he's a fun hero. I didn't like him when he first came out, and recently I started to see just how much value he has. So a lot of fun with that. Let's see what else. We had the Ariel. So Anubrak was banned out every game. Did they just have a really strong Anubrak player, and you guys are like, screw that guy?
We have a member on our team. He didn't play tonight, and I'm pretty sure he was at work. But he was a sub of ours, and he pretty much told us, just target rock, just go for it. So that's what we did with our bans every game, and we kind of just tried to help steer his draft pick into the direction we wanted.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And plus, no.
Yeah. Let's see. One other question here from chat. Somebody by the name of Sir Noble 10 says, "Ask about your amazing tank player."
Sir Noble, huh? Sir Noble 10. Okay.
Yeah, no relation to Sir Noble in the game, obviously.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I guess with that, I just have to say I'm still waiting for our tank player to show up.
Ooh, good call. Well, there you go, Chad. If anybody's out there and you're an amazing tank player, you know the team that's looking for one right now.
Like Sir Noble 10 over here, apparently.
But possibly, yes. Okay, so I'm super tired, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I've got one last question for you, which is just simply from tonight's match, from this series of 3. What was a highlight moment for you? Something that either you did, or that they did, or your team did that really sticks out as memorable for you?
I'm gonna be honest. In game 1 on Shrines, for me personally, I always enjoy triple keeping people, and it doesn't happen often in most of our games. It usually ends very early. But I was really happy when we got that 3rd keep on Infernal Shrines. Yeah, like that was fun.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Somebody else did ask about Anduin. I don't know what I'm supposed to ask about Anduin, but I'm supposed to ask about Anduin.
Ask about Anduin? Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess our sub player, which is Ash tonight.
Uh-huh.
We're trying him on support tonight. He's pretty confident in my opinion, and he does play decently well. And then we put him on Anduin, and I think Anduin in that last game was such a solid pick. It worked with the comp, and especially with ETC. Just the combination of ETC's power slide followed by followed by light bomb for this. It's just it absolutely ruins frontline, and I think it worked out very well in that last game.
I think my favorite moments tonight from your guys' series and from the prior series were actually unfortunate moments. In the earlier series, we saw a Cursed Hollow where Garrosh threw a Malthael, who was currently in the middle of a Tormented Souls, ends up killing 2 people. They end up winning the game right there. In your game, it was Tomb of the Spider Queen. Light Bomb goes out. Garrosh throws whoever had it. I don't recall who it was. At just the wrong time, ends up stunning, instead of just himself, ends up stunning 3 people on his team, of course giving a big shield, which leads to additional kills and eventually the game.
That was clearly Rock working against his team just for us.
Right, exactly, right?
Yeah, like we talked about it, before the game. He's just like, you know what? Don't worry, I got you. And in that moment.
Good deal. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Any shout outs you'd like to make? The floor is yours.
Sure. Shout outs to my team and Roll1Esports. Great series. It was fun. Shout out to you. Thank you for casting our game. And finally, we're here to take Div B.
Oh, like all of it?
We're taking both coasts. That's our goal.
Well, look at the time. We're gonna have to go ahead and cut this off then. I think, I do want to point out that another Phoenix Rising team fell to a certain Phoenix team on the opposite coast. So, maybe you'll get the opportunity to fall to them as well. We'll see.
We'll see.
Have a great night. Thanks for joining me tonight.
Yeah, no problem.
And good luck the rest of your season.
Thank you.
All right, so everybody, that's gonna wrap us up for tonight. We've had quite a night. 6 games out of 2 sets. Let's see. Is anybody doing anything out there? Mockery's playing. Slixia's playing. Oh, is RavenX still going? Does he still have a match going? He still has an NGS game going. Oh no, he's done. Is he actually live? Does he still have a? No, he's done. Well then. Darn you, Twitch, why do you lie to me? Let's see if Mockery is still going. Mockery. Yeah, he is. Alright, I'm going to send you guys over to Mockery. And again, thanks everybody for joining me tonight. It's been a pleasure. Have a wonderful evening. Don't forget to get all of your games scheduled. We are in week 5, technically the 4th week of the season, but it's reflected as week 5 on your schedule. And don't forget your flex matches. Make sure that those are scheduled here soon. And thanks everybody for RavenX's party. I'm about done, but you guys have a wonderful night. Thanks.